We are live from Santa Monica Boulevard. It's a Wacky Wednesday. I'm Samantha Linderman, the comedy concierge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give it up for Billionaire and everybody. We're keeping this place together. A couple announcements. You know, I don't know if you know we do comedy here. You guys should come if you want to try it. This is the place to try it. Whether you're a teenager or, as Sunda likes to say, a new ager. Is she coming in right now? No. A new ager. She'll explain what that means. But I'm just trying to get it out there for when somebody else takes it so we have it on a timestamp. The new ager herself, host and director of the LA School of Comedy. I told nobody to leave. Sunda Krunquist, everybody.
But it's Krunquist. Oh my God. Which one? Okay. Okay, well, now I got that straight. Thank you so much. Welcome to our world of being here. I don't even know how I got out of here. Honest to God, I got these birds and they got to get out of my hair. No, seriously. Because when they see black hair, they're just like, home. It's a nest. You know what I'm saying? They're just like... And then this Persian lady, she saw me in the hallway with a bird in my head, and she didn't want to say anything. Because she was trying to say that now that my hair is natural, it looks like bird nest, like home for a bird. I'm going through so much with the Persians in my building. They came and cuss. They're like, damn, got it. I'm trying to play devil acrobat here. It's crazy. It's crazy. My name is Sharazadeh no Pezadeh because I do not want to pay today. And I want my valet to please change my Mercedes from 430 to 450. And I want to introduce to you the director of the Film Actors Cafe, Aaron McIntyre, is here tonight, man in the board. You got Billy here doing all your Instagram stuff for you when you need help, not me. And of course, I give it up for the one and only Samantha Linderman. You are in great luck to have her here tonight, I am telling you. And we're going to start this show very, very quickly. We're going to start because I have to leave, but I'm going to bring up somebody that's very funny. And because of her act, they think I need implants in my mouth. Because she has such a great smile. I'm trying to hold this one in. It's not easy. I'm just going like this. It's going to be like that. And I bit my tongue today so bad. It was so horrible. So I show my daughter, because my other daughter hung up the phone because I need attention. What is this shit with kids? You need attention. I bit my fucking tongue. Excuse me. I bit my tongue. And if, you know, if you've ever had dental work done, you're not used to having a tooth there for a long time. You've been gumming it. And all of a sudden you got a tooth. You're like, ah! And everything came out. I mean, it was just like terrible. But that's okay. We had a really good show the other day. I just want to make an announcement. There's been a change to the show for the Comedy Store. And thank God for that. So I got my tooth pulled. I will be performing on the 28th of August. It'll be the 28th of August. That's going to be the alumni show with Pauly Shore. Yay! Don't be yay, and we trying to make bets we're going to die before the show. Isn't that terrible? We're horrible people. We're horrible as comics. We trip when we say we're Bob Saget. It's just sad. But I don't know how they're going to say I'm going to die. It's probably going to be my hair. Death by hair. All right, I'm going to bring up somebody that's very funny. Not just to you and me. We'll call her the comedy of Miss B. There you go.
Keep it going for Sunda Krunquist. I just love that woman. Don't you just love that woman? Oh my goodness, tooth falling down and all. You got implants in your mouth. I got them here. It's the implant show. Hallelujah. Okay, can we clap it up for badass Mayor Karen Bass for kicking ICE out of the park 2 days ago? Yeah. I couldn't believe it. She got some kahunas on her, don't she? Because a few weeks prior, she didn't have those big kahunas. She had her press conference, and several ICE agents seized Senator Alex Padilla in front of her face. You guys saw that on the internet? Did you see it on the... Oh, my God. They muscled him out of that press conference, wrestled him to the ground, pushed him down on the carpet, got on top of him, and handcuffed him. And for 1 minute, I wish I was an ICE agent on top of Alex Padilla. on that carpet, baby. Woo! Rug burns and all. Yes, I know his wife would have said, oh, yeah, V, Alex is good on the carpet. Okay, has anybody here ever had or suffered well-earned rug burns? Hey, my people! One day, baby, I'm praying for you, It's a glorious thing when you see those scabs. You're like, good memories. I actually have a gay friend who's very proud of his forehead rug burn. He said, it was a long hallway. And you guys know we call him Rug. Yes, I'm V. Everybody say, what's up, V?
What's up, V?
I'm just happy to be alive, Single mom of 2 Spectrum sons. Yay, me. And my youngest one doesn't have language. He's nonverbal, and he broke my laptop. It's no longer a laptop. It's a flap top. So I took it to the computer guy, and he fixed it. And I took it back home, and I put it back on the desk. And the next morning, guess what? He broke it again. And I choked him out. They said we can no longer beat our kids. They said nothing about choking them out. Mm-hmm. He came to. I did that in my head. But the computer guy did fix it. And thank goodness. When I walked in the door, he put this thing on the table. Doom. I said, what's that? He said, military grade. It's a military grade computer. You could run a tank over it and it won't break. So I gave it to my son and I hid mine. And this is a true story. When I came out of my room and looked down the hallway, there he was with his brand new military grade laptop open, face up. And he was in full lunge position, trying to break it. Happiest day of my life. I went into full HBCU marching band moment. You can't break it. You can't break it. No, you can't. You can't break it. You ain't got the strength. You can break it. You can break it. You can break it. You can break it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, and when he saw me, he went, which is to say, what the fuck is this? Why can't I break it? Are you fucking with me? So I answered him in autism speak. I said, which is to say, you got to help pay for that laptop. You got to get a job. And yes, I'm fucking with you. I'm a mommy. That's what we do. I've been V.
Where do we find you?
Thank you very much for having me. You can find me on social media, all platforms at VVV Comedy. And I give the floor.
Did you have a sugar
Well,
or did you do it?
I did one, but I have one at the end of the month. It's all right.
It's okay.
Sunda Crew Quiz.
Yes, I love your earrings, babe.
Thank you. My cousin gave them to me.
Is she making them?
No, she just got one. She loves
You got to give a round of applause to another mom on the mic over here. We have Alejandra Linderman in the house tonight, who is Sam's mom. Look how she talks back. Can you imagine going out with her? She's embarrassed to me, but wait till the people turn their back. She's like, I don't like her. We're at a restaurant, and I will not say the name. She's like, I do not like this waitress. I'm like, it's the owner's wife. I bring in my husband. He says, I've got to talk to the owner. We got to get rid of this waitress. And I'm like, Mark, it's his wife. Alejandra just said the same thing. I think it's too crazy when I say her name because everybody's calling her Alex, but it's Alejandra. And so I have a totally New Jersey accent until it comes to Alejandra. And then I want to say, Alejandra, oh, let's have the comedy of the one and only me, ho. Come, let's do it, me, ho. Jamaican girl, got it going on.
AA. So I have a best friend with benefit. Woo! Yeah, it's something to clap for. Some people are like, oh no, she's in one of those situations. Like it's not like that. I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy half of the month, and the other half of the month, like regretting my choice, you know. So, hold on, can't help. So, yeah, we love each other. Especially, I love giving him blowjob. He's a fan. Yeah, but I didn't like blowjob until him, you know? He's doing something special. And then you want to learn it, how to do it, right? For me, you give her a great compliment while she's sucking your cock. Like, you can't just be in your head. That's not polite. She's doing her work. You give a compliment as a boss. It's a job. Bro job. You know what I mean? And then even you don't give a compliment day to day, maybe. Just give a compliment while she's sucking your cock. Then she's like, oh, I want to get cheered up. Gotta suck dick. Maybe, you know, I do comedy because comedy is like fastest response in a performance. Like, if you do like serious, I don't know, drama, you don't know that response of the audience until like, I don't know, some like critique is out. That's the only time you know if you did good or what. But comedy, like response is so quick, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I like bro job, you know? Like, that's why I like his bro job, like giving him bro job, because he gives me compliment when I suck. When I'm doing work, like already like reward. So that's really important, I think. So sometimes his sex is so good. And then like it gives me good luck sometimes. I book stuff right after the good sex. It just raised me fucking up. You know? The other day, I was so high, but we had a good sex. And right after that, I take off my contacts. And I came back. I took off contacts. And I wore glasses. And I go, what? Glasses is so blurry. And I took off my glasses. And I'm like, I can't see. I can still, I see without contacts. Did that dick fix my eyes? It was divine sex, but is it that holy? I just forgot to take off my contacts. I went there and I hold that contact case and I put it back. That's what happened actually, but I almost made a new cow version, making him like dick god. Sometimes he act like that too. It's really healing. It's like really like a session, really like a ceremony to us. It's ridiculous, but that's because you haven't done that yet. Once you do that ceremony sex in it, you totally get it. Who have had a ceremony sex here? Okay, he got a mini ceremony. Bro job included for sure. Now, he banned sex on the full moon. Because I'm way too crazy. I'm way too powerful. He's gonna fall in love. He's already in love, but like he's gonna go crazy, I guess, if we have sex on the full moon. Like, last time we had sex on full moon, I was totally haunted. I was like, horny ghost get on my body and just take over my body and then just jerking off his cock. Like, it's like her life, like, whatever. I don't know what that is. Life, faith, or something like. So now he said no sex on a full moon. Sad. It's tomorrow, by the way. I'm not having sex tomorrow. That's my plan. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna
change the subject quite a lot. Enough sex now. Yeah, I don't need sex tomorrow also. Enough sex. Yeah, just United States is crazy. I even shouldn't say that on camera because, immigration is listening and then I can get deported. It's that crazy right now, People say, well, black people said once upon a time, Black Lives Matter, right? Feels like far away by now. A lot happened after that, And then white supremacists said, all lives matter, right? And then Trump, get rid of Medicare, and then he's like, no lives matter. None of the lives matter. If you're gonna be not able body, you're not gonna have able body tomorrow, no lives matter. You're just gonna die. Yay. Yeah. I'm an immigrant. People say, oh, you're a model minority, you'll be fine. But I'm dark though, as an Asian person, and then I got an accent. There's no break for me. I can get deported. So how can I not get deported, right? Maybe I'm gonna put British accent on. Some people think I'm Australian sometimes. Somehow, living here for 10 years, I sound like Australian sometimes. So just put a British accent, and people think I'm some kind of Canadian or somewhere in England, or somewhere in Europe. So I'm gonna be safe to not be deported now. Maybe. But I don't even hear British accent well. When British people are talking, sometimes I don't get it. If around London, if they are from, I can hear it. If we go outside of London, I don't hear it. I don't hear it. One movie starring Tom Hardy, I love him. I love him, but he fucking mumble, and then he had a weird-ass accent. And that was he was twins in that movie. Fucker. Most of the dialogue is his dialogue. Spread in two. Don't understand, and I fall asleep. But they had a hardcore gay scene, so I woke up that part. I woke up, I'm like, okay, gay part, I have to wake up. Okay, it's done. All right, I'm going back to sleep. That's what happened, yeah. It's how to learn British, I guess. I'll work hard to save my ass. Talking about my ass. I got a nice ass. I work hard. But, my ass, honestly, sometimes thinks I'm saving someone's life. Someone want to die today, then see me, I'm like, oh my God, Asian girl with ass? This has to be lucky symbol. This has to be a miracle, so I should live tomorrow. You know what I mean? I am saving that much life, and I don't even get to see people looking at my ass. Whoever talking to me, someone is staring at my ass more than anyone. I don't see that, whatever the compliment or they want to look at. They just stealing my ass from behind, and I never get to see it. So unfair. Can someone give me a compliment to my ass?
Shake that ass.
Thank you, that's all I needed. That's all I needed, and that's all I needed to say on the stage. Thank you. Well, you can find me anywhere if you Google my name correct, if you can spell it correct. MIHOFUJI. Easy peasy. Find me anywhere. Thank you, I'm Miho Fuji.
I just want you guys to know I'm not contagious, by the way. Now she'll be able to stay the whole show, I can tell you that. No, I'm not. It's not an iron lung. I feel really terrible about this. And I wanted to give a shout out to Hunter White, who's doing all this photography. And with Billy, I got an idea. Let's take the pictures that he does, do some kind of montage with that stuff, that funky. I'm always sending him stuff that I see on TV I think you should be dancing to. I do. I send him funky stuff, right? Did you get that one? No.
This one, no, I got the.
You got that one? Did you see him? The funky one? I was trying to get everybody going. Now, the reason why I'm trying to get everybody going is because I rely so much on this individual that's coming up to the stage. I'm always saying individual because I don't know which week it is, okay? I have to tell you what happened today. I was saying that I have to consult with the acting coach because I have kids coming in and I need scripts. I need he, she, he, she, right? And who got anxious? Oh, I thought it was Aviva. And so Samantha goes, oh, I was so anxious. She goes, I thought you were talking about pronouns. But I have to find these things, you know, like he, Lee, he. Hi, Lee, how are you? Did you miss me? I have been at the doctor, you haven't called. It wasn't the same without me. If you close your eyes, it is. It really is. You really wear contact lenses?
Huh?
You can really wear contact lenses?
Yeah, not today, but.
I'm scared of them. I'm so scared of them. I'm petrified. V left with her implants. That was great. I do need implants, and I need an implant, or I need to make another Sunda somehow, but I know I'm not going to be able to finish the show tonight, only because I have to go to the airport and not for anything else. And I'm not contagious. And no, I'm not. But if there's any way that somebody could go live on Instagram for me, that's what happened the other week, and I didn't know that's hot. That's better when I do that. You know, even if we discard it. You know what I'm saying? We go live. Then we see what they're doing. And we have so many views after this is over, by the way. Because they're all my friends from high school complaining about my hair. They're like, how long are you going to wear that shit? I'm like, whoa, this is natural. See? This is called a black facelift. That's why black don't crack. And I'm going to show you what black is. Every time I'm out with this young lady, someone's, oh, I got to tell you this. So black people are always in your business, right? Always in your business. There's a black woman in my building. I'm going to bring up this young lady. She came up to stage. Let me tell you what happened. So Samantha's with me, and she's bending down doing something. And the woman said, now that you graduated from NYU, what job you have now? And Samantha looks up, and it's not my daughter. But this woman don't know. And it's the same answer. Aviva's not working. You're working at least. Aviva's not working. It's just like the way she did it was just so accusatory. She went to hold, now that you graduated from Tisch at NYU, it makes me feel horrible because she's not working. But she will be working because we're going to get this variety show going. Yes, and also I just want to make a quick announcement about this. You'll love it, this karaoke thing. Karaoke Confidential, that's what Aaron's doing. And I can't bring up everybody tonight, but I love you all, and you know that. And Lee, you know I love you. And listen, what about these pictures? Was that an idea? This way they can see like pictures in the montage and see what we're doing? Because you do such a great post. What are we gonna do with them? Look at them.
Exactly.
You know? Did that girl ever call you for headshots?
We did. I was going to thank you after, but thank you.
Okay, don't blame me on anything if anything else. All right.
All good.
If she's gonna say she can make you a star, good, go for it, okay? But don't call me afterwards. No. No. But she might be able to do something for you. That would be very nice. You tell her you're looking for work, how long you've been doing this, yada, yada, yada. It's more than just a headshot, all right? It's a business here that we have to make sure we let people know what our strengths are. You've got a lot of strengths besides comedy. And this, yes, and I thank you. I really do. I don't give you enough, but thank you so much. And with that, a round of applause to your comedy concierge who's going to watch me run out of here to get to the airport. And do you tell my breakfast? Oh, I love your shoes. Oh my God. Mom, good job. Now that you added Tisch.
Keep it going for Sunday, everybody.
You got everybody?
Yes. Yes. We're live right now, Instagram.
Yes, okay.
Good to see you. Seton Hall Pirates.
Yes,
Good to
Pirates.
see you. If you're working at LAX tonight, we apologize in advance for whatever is about to happen. You know, people talk about Sunda. You know, Aaron has this great joke about Mercedes. Is it Mercedes or BMW? Both? Both. Sunda will get you there on time. Like, not at the time you're supposed to get there, but at the time when the time you're supposed to get there arrives and she goes, we're going to actually be here in 15 minutes past, We're there 15 minutes. We got to the haha and we smelt burning rubber. Like I had never experienced that in my life. Miho, I love you. I love you. I wish I could talk so freely, but my mom's here. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I'm kidding. Rag burn, I don't even know what that means. What is that? I don't know. Carpet rash? I don't know. So I went to the doctor today, and I thought I was getting a physical, and it was actually a gynecological appointment. And most of this room relates to this, obviously. Well, the ratio's pretty good. We're just one off. But, I mean, I was terrified. I mean, it's not like I hadn't done it before, but in my head, you know, like I prepare. I'm like, I'm going to the gynecologist. Like, here's the jokes I'm going to make us both feel comfortable, you know. But I don't know how I got so confused. First of all, I go in the building, right? It's a doctor's building, so every room looks the same. Like, I'm reading the doors. And there's a security guard, and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, why is your face so red? I said, it's 88 degrees outside and I'm white. Like my mom's name's Alejandra, but I'm white. You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean? Why is your face so red? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, you're not my gynecologist. Like, you're not going to see my vagina. Like, leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. He was like, are you okay? I was like, do you even have a gun? Could you save me right now? I don't think so. You're just wearing the outfit. But that really pissed me off. And I had to call my doctor in front of him, and I was like, yeah, what suite are you in? By the way, this man's creeping me the heck out. Oh my God, help me. Who do you call when security's being weird? I don't know. But I go there, and they're like, it's your woman's wellness check. And that's the problem with a lot of things in the world of women, is we can't be straightforward. We can't be like, you're here for a vaginal exam. It's like, it is your woman's wellness day, and it is time for you to show up and just pay this fee to subscribe annually. And yeah, there's an annual fee now at the gynecologist. And I'm like, do I get merch? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that, I didn't even tell you this part. There's a new fee, and that was really upsetting because they didn't even offer to bedazzle anything. And so I was horrified. That is an industry, bedazzling. I learned that years ago. I didn't come up with that, Mom. She's like, that's a good one. But I don't know why, like, I always have to make jokes at the doctor. I mean, obviously, like, comedian, obviously, like, you know, my therapist says it's a defense mechanism, but I just, like, I couldn't stop the crowd work. It was just me and her, and I'm wearing a napkin, you know? And I was like, how many kids do you have? Oh my God, you went to Italy? That's amazing. Like, I don't know why I had to do all that, but it went well. I survived, and I made it here, and at least I'm not going to LAX. I am working. I work with kids. I give back to the community. Nobody gives a shit. That's fine. Neither do they. No, they love me. They really do. My favorite kid, he speaks no English, and we're like best friends. And I feel like that's so, like, what kids are, you know, like kids and dogs, like they just read your energy. You know what I mean? And it's great when you work with kids and you have that one coworker that you hate, because the kids hate them too. Like, the kids don't like her. They're like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I hate her. And I go, no, she's great. She loves you. And they go, she doesn't like you. And I go, well, that's true. It sucks. It sucks when you can tell your coworker doesn't like a child. But they do say crazy things. Like, we were playing bowling outside, and I was like, isn't this so fun? Like, what could go wrong? This plastic, like the ball's like this big, like it was perfect for 5-year-olds. And this kid goes, okay, I'm gonna go first, he's gonna go second, she's gonna go third, you're gonna go last. And I said, why are we doing this? Like, just bowl, you know what I mean? They would never do that at the bowling alley. You would just bowl. And then the kid does the first like roll or whatever, and he goes, oh shit. And all the kids look at me like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Miss Sam? You said a bad word. I pretend I don't hear it, because it's like, how many times have you said, oh, shit, by accident and, like, didn't get in trouble? You know, I don't know. I feel like if you stub your toe and you're like, fuck, you know, like, that doesn't count, right? Then a kid goes, he just said the H word, but it's 10 feet away, and it's his brother. And so I'm like, this is like giving, like, I don't know if I could trust this story. And I look at this kid, and I go, are you sure he said that? Whatever. The same kid goes, well, you know what? At least he didn't say the B word. And I said, okay, let's stop talking about all the words we can't say. Like, let's just stop going. And he goes, because the B word's bitch. And I said, it's time to take a 5-minute break. And they freaked out on me. They started screaming. They were like, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. What about 2 minutes? What about 1 minute? And I was like, you must have YouTube Premium. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. They can't wait for one ad break, you know? Like, they're so addicted to the iPad. But these kids actually want to play outside, and it's really difficult for me as somebody who doesn't like to play outside. Like, today I was like, we're going to be inside and watching a movie. And I'm like, as a kid, that was my dream. You know what I mean? And they're like, let's go outside and play soccer. And I said, it's too hot. And the kids were like, I'll drink water. And I said, I won't. Like, I won't be outside. Like, you can go outside. I'm not going to go outside. I love them. I used to work at Bath & Body Works at the Beverly Center. And now when I go there, I hide. I actually go on a different escalator just so I don't see my manager, just so he won't ask me how I'm doing. And I don't know what that's called, but that happened to me probably 2 days ago. I used to be a greeter there. It was really fantastic. I would spray room spray into the mall. And people would either go, ooh, I love that, or they would physically gag and cross the hallway. Like, I'm like, look me in the eye as I'm doing it and go, and keep walking, like bring their kids. Like, I was like naked and big. Like, I don't know. It was just like, well, it's my job. Like, it's my job. What do I do? I remember one time this guy was like, that smells so good. And I was like, are you going to buy anything? Like, leave me alone, please. And he goes, can you spray that on me? And I was like, sir, I don't know if you can read this, but this is actually room spray. You're not even 6 feet tall, and the room has to be at least 10 by 10. Like, I don't know why people want me to spray room spray on them and get them sick like that. There was this guy who would always rob Bloomingdale's, and I really admired him because how he would walk in. Bloomingdale's has like so much security. Like, you would think it was the fucking Apple store. The Apple store has no security, I just realized. Just a bunch of geniuses. Just a bunch of geniuses in a long line. But he would just walk out with all the clothes on, with the tags on, and I was like, I want that kind of confidence when I walk into the gynecology. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be able to be free like that guy who robs Bloomingdale's. Until the guy who robs Bloomingdale's came into Bath & Body Works. And I was like, just like that. I was like, he saw me know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him do his thing enough, but he's never come. Like, this was like off his routine. And he came in and he said to my manager, he goes, give me a lotion, bitch. And I was like, ah, this wasn't my training. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It was just giving like, make me a sandwich. You know, I was like, give me that lotion, bitch. And I was, in my head, I'm thinking, because I had like a free sample and it was a female scent. Like, it was like Wild in the Woods. Like, it was one of those. Like, it wasn't a male scent like Bourbon or Anarchy or Get Me a Lotion, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't one of those. And so I like was nervous to give him a free sample of a woman's lotion. Like, that's not really the thing I should have been thinking. I should have been saying, hey, look who's coming. But I didn't think that quickly. Yeah, I'll just let you guys know that, you know, I sometimes do miss retail. It was just nice to like numb my brain out like that. Like, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? But I would do this thing sometimes where I would, again, do crowd work on people. And I asked this woman, she was like, oh yeah, I was visiting my family like in another country. I was like, where are you from? And she said, Kuwait. And I said, I'm sorry. And I don't know why I said that. I'm like 18 years old. Like, I don't remember anything about history class, but I knew we did something to Kuwait. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And she was like, I love America. And she like freaked out on me. And I was like, girl, can't relate. But if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I hope you come to the next show. We have shows all the time. Speaking of shows, this guy did a great job at the Ha Ha. You can find him all over social media. Put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented Lee Shorts, everybody! Yes.
Thank you. Very nice introduction. I always rely on introductions. I don't know if would I be there without introductions. I'd be lesser. So I was gonna do a joke. My girlfriend said, "Don't do this joke." It's because she said that's very sexist. It's a very sexist joke, and so unfortunately, for my girlfriend, I definitely will have to do it. And so, does everybody, and I want to take her to Yosemite, okay, but she's scared of bears, okay? And I don't know if anyone heard about a girl shouldn't go to Yosemite if there are bears around, if it's the time of the month. And so I said, we should go when this is the time of the month, because no one wants to be around you when it's the time of the month. So the bears are gonna just run when she gets on the trail. They won't be around for miles. But she hated it. She said, "Don't do it." It's pretty questionable. Yes, yes. Is it?
I like it.
You do? Yeah. Okay. All right.
She just didn't like
The whole, yeah. To me, talking about her, that's pretty much what she didn't like about it. That's pretty much it. That's what it comes down to, honestly. So, but the next thing I'm going to do is, you'll hate it. No, you will. Trust me. So I'm going to do one set entirely silently. So like, all right, here it goes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that again. And that's my inside joke. That's not someone else. Stephen Wright did that inside joke. Do you remember that one? But that was the example of it. So, but that's all I have for today, tonight. No, I'm working on more silent material actually, but I can't quite get it out yet.
So it was about constipation.
It was actually, yeah, it was actually a lot about constipation, to be honest. Yeah, so it's all related in the end. If you could figure it out. Can't get things out, having to get things out, and eventually I get it out, but then it's not so good when I get it out. So I feel bad that it doesn't come out right. So I had to hold it all in for you, which I did. But now it feels better because it's come out. But now you know about it. So you can tell your friends. Tell them all. about all the things you heard tonight, but nothing about the doctor part, or the nature show host, or the golden retriever. Don't say anything about that. Or, getting the hot dog in line, the guy coming up. Don't say anything about that one. That was stupid anyway. That was a bad one. I know it didn't go over well. I know that. I felt it, and I thought it to myself. But now it's all over, and I got it out. So thank you all for really listening. Now, have a good night.
Wow, keep it going. Just keep it going. You are that kind of comic where you just do your own thing. And I love that. What I wanted to know is, like, what is your coffee order?
What does she order?
You're a person. Without your girlfriend, you're a whole person. Short, but you're a person. You're a whole... Lee, clap it up for Lee. He's a person without his girlfriend. Lee Shorts. Caramel macchiato. I was not expecting that. Was anybody else expecting that? This is what I was expecting you to say. This is what I was thinking. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting you to be in line like, no, you go before me. No, it's okay. And then you let 10 people go before you, and you're reading the menu, and you go, this one doesn't have real milk, right? And they're like, the whole thing has real milk. I like a caramel macchiato too. One time I was at a Starbucks drive-thru, obviously as a passenger, and I ordered an iced caramel macchiato. And they can see you now in the drive-thrus, like they have a camera there. And so like when me and my friend went up to the window, he was like, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "This is fucking weird." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get an iced caramel macchiato." And he said, "Do you want that upside down?" And I was like, "Was this Impractical Jokers? What are you doing? Put me upside down?" But obviously I did order upside down because I was like, what does that mean? Like, is he going to put something extra in it? And it was just, they put all the ingredients in the wrong order. So I was expecting you to say that. I was like, I was coming on, get it upside down. No, Lee, I love Lee. Keep it going. Clap it up for Lee. I love this place. This place is a real community. You know what I mean? We reach out to each other. We love each other. We fight. We cry. We say stuff. We're all on YouTube. That's my favorite part, that all of it's on the internet. Like I hope my gynecologist is watching. No, I'm kidding. But I'm so excited to bring up this next comic. He just gets funnier every single time. I love this guy. Put your hands together for the very talented owner, director, man of the hour. You will find him here. You will find him there. You'll find him everywhere. Aaron McIntyre! Let's go.
Hey. I'm just stealing your act. No, I can't do it as good as you, Lee. I always have to do this. Why do I always have to do this? Hi. Let's see. We got, no black people. No black people. I don't like white people. I feel very judged by white people. They're very judgy. And I feel like, people of color, they've already convicted me. So I'm ready to go to jail because I'm guilty. I haven't, I was just thinking about this last night. So I was married for 18 years. Yeah, tell me about it. And I haven't been, in a real relationship for like 15 years. And it's because I'm just way too picky. I'm just kind of a picky guy. And, I know that people are clamoring for this. I mean, woo, yeah. No, I just figure that, if someone is going to see this with clothes off, they better be really hot. They've got to be hot enough to where it doesn't matter what they say afterwards. When I can go, yeah, well, look at me. Yeah, and I'm not, I am bald. I don't know if you noticed that. But I just had a really unfortunate hair pattern, you know? It was like blotchy up here, and then there was like one little tuft right up in the front that basically because of that I decided not to do the comb over because I think that looks really ridiculous, so I just did a comb back. I just grew this part really long and then put it back, which was really only a problem in the wind. You know, when you get it out in the wind, then that little thing is like, you know, like one of those, balloon guys that you see outside of the... It's doing that on top of my head. Which, by the way, what is it with the hipsters? You know, the hipsters they shave the side, you know, around here, and then they leave the hair up here. I mean, it's kind of like a fuck you to bald guys. You know, it's like, yeah, we're just going to do the opposite of you. Which I don't like. What was Sunda was talking about something, and I can't remember what it was, but it was really good. It was really funny. I had a really funny bit for something she said. Have you ever had been talking to somebody, right, and they start talking to you, and you have like a whole conversation with them while they're talking to you in your head, you know? I do that all the time. It's like somebody starts talking, and about 3 sentences in, I just get really bored, and I start making up a better conversation because I'm the best conversationalist that I know, you know? I'm also the best lover for myself. That's why I don't have a relationship, because I know exactly what to do, you know? I mean, you know, it's just... And doesn't take me too long. You know, because I know what I like, and I've got a fertile imagination, is what I would say. Somebody was talking about talking to somebody. You know, I like to go into stores and mess with people in there. You know, a lot of times when people will come up to me and say, you know, feel free to look around. I'll say, well, I didn't come in here to look around. I just came in here to steal something, you know. And if they come up and say, can I help you? I say, nobody can help me! And then I run out. And then I just walk around the mall a little bit. And when I come back, nobody bothers me because I don't like that. I just don't like it when people are too... Like, you know, the waiter who comes to your table all the time, over and over again. How's the meal? How's the meal? And they always come when your mouth is full. I don't tip them. I actually tip people. Like what I'll usually do if they give me bad service is I'll just tip them like a nickel, just to like make it clear. Look, no, I know I'm supposed to tip, but you did a shitty job, you know. Because if you don't tip, they just think you're cheap. But a nickel really does the job. I'm not racist. Except against white people. That's the one race I don't. You know, that's not true. There is another race that I really have a problem with. It's the human race. Everybody. You know, it's just a lot of people. Not you people. You guys are great. Okay. I like people individually. You know, I have roommates because I found that I'm really easy to live around. I'm just not really good at living with someone. That was the problem with the marriage, is we didn't get along that well living together. So you know, I'm not racist. You know, some of my favorite clothes and textiles are made in, you know, by people of color. You know, I had some sushi that was made by a Hispanic guy. You know, I have no problem with that. I actually had a burrito made by an Asian person, and they couldn't even say burrito. So that was the thing that was really amazing to me, is that they made it through. Boy. I have, you know, I've been told actually not to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know, I've been reading the Bible a lot, and any big Bible fans in here? Anybody really into the Bible? Because that thing is crazy, right? I mean, especially the Old Testament, they got Enoch. I don't know what that guy was tripping on, but man, he saw all kinds of stuff that nobody else did. And I think that a lot of those stories, you know, are there and they say, oh, they're allegories. But I think some of those guys were like doing the peyote out there in the desert, you know, because they saw some really weird stuff, and they lived like 600 years, which is kind of insane, which I don't think it was. I don't think that they did actually live for 600 to 800 years. I think it was just that it was so boring back then that, you know, it just seemed like every day was a year, you know, so I think that's what it was. Because why did their lifespan become shorter? How could that possibly happen? Because it was so dirty back then. You know, they were washing feet all the time. I mean, they wash feet a lot in the Bible. I don't know if you notice that. But it's like, yeah, and then she went unto his chamber and washed his feet. I mean, wash? Yeah, okay. Anybody had their feet washed lately? I'm not a big fan. They've got a lot of stuff about, you know, spilling your seed on the ground, which I don't get that because I've never wanted to do that. I've never wanted to do that. They didn't say anything about spilling it into a sock. I got a chuckle. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nowhere to go except Mom. I can go to Mom. And my dad. Oh, I was thinking of another thing about my dad. My dad was this, he's one of my favorite things. He would never cuss in my house. You could not cuss. You could not say hell. You couldn't say goddamn. You couldn't say anything, you know. And one time I was riding with him. You couldn't even say fart. We could not say, in my household, we could not say the word fart. We had to say pop. What? I have never. Does anybody else have that where they say pop? I think my parents made it up just so that they wouldn't have to say fart. But pop just seems really weird. And they would say, you know, when you would burp, they would say, pardon me. And that word just really kind of those two words really bother me. I don't know why. You know, because it's like, instead of excuse me, which is kind of like, you know, excuse me, so sorry, you know, but pardon me, it's like you've been convicted of something and you want a pardon from Trump or something. Because he's handing them out to anybody. I think I'm going to go start an insurrection and then get, you know, pardoned for it. And that'd be fine, kind of fun. No idea what I was saying up here tonight, but I'm done. So I do want to let you know that on Tuesday nights, we got some people in here who've been coming to the class. It's a lot of fun, 7 p.m. Tuesdays. It's a drop-in class, and you can come check it out. And that's all I got to say. You can find me at Aaron McIntyre anywhere. And it's AERON MACINTYRE. And I know that the AERON is very unique, and that's why I changed my name from my other name to that, because it's really good marketing, right? Okay, that's it. I'm going to bring up Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for Aaron, everybody! Pardon me, but I'm very excited to bring up this next comic. He's very funny. He's very talented. Put your hands together for the one and only Billy Ramirez.
Thank you very much. All right, my name is Billy Ramirez, and now that we're best friends, I could ask you, does anyone here struggle with their confidence, at least any from time to time? Yeah. I've struggled with my confidence my entire life, pretty much, and you know, I got to the point where I felt like I wasn't interesting enough to be a comedian, that I didn't have any stories, and then but after talking to other comedians and looking back on my life, you know, I do have stories. I mean, just look how I'm dressed. Like, clearly this is a sign of a midlife crisis, right? You know, that's got to be a story. And, you know, just the fact that I'm a, 40-year-old man, you know, trying stand-up comedy, like that's a cry for help, right? You know, I don't know. But you know, if I didn't have stories, you know, I'd probably just have a successful job. I'd be a VP of marketing somewhere and have one of those KY 401s or whatever it's called, you know, but instead I've got 5 different hustles going on right now. One of which is doing moving work. Which is nice because it brings in money, and also sometimes I don't feel Mexican enough, so it's nice to do some manual labor every now and then, you know. I've been thinking about why exactly, I've had confidence issues, and it's because actually, so no, let me just continue with the confidence thing. So I do have stories. I just got to start tapping into this comedy elixir that's been brewing inside me, and it's been aging for decades in anxiety barrels with subtle hints of people pleasing and shame and very strong notes of emotionally unavailable parents. So speaking of parents, here's a story. I'm pretty sure that my dad killed my mom, and I think he did it using poison beans. Okay, so check this out. So some backstory. For 19 years, my mom went toe-to-toe with cancer, okay? And she passes away days after my dad leaves her to go move with family from his first marriage. And before he left her some food, including some beans, okay? And when my brother and I were packing up our dead mother's apartment, there on the stove was a fresh batch of beans that she was eating. She keeled over while eating beans, all right? And, I can see, how do you bring that up to the authorities? I know my mom's, she's this 67-year-old woman, had cancer for almost 20 years, but I think she actually died because of poison beans. Can you investigate that, mister? Where are you going? Come on, it's poison. Well, you don't believe the poison bean stories, but I know poison beans sounds weird. I know that it sounds like a punk band from the 90s out of El Paso or something, but I'll give you additional backstory, okay? So in the 80s, my family, we lived in Mexico for 3 years. And when we came back, my dad developed a flesh-eating infection in his left leg, okay? And he claimed that the reason for that infection was that a rival in the town that we lived in Mexico poisoned his food using dirt from a graveyard. So when you already have that story in your back pocket, poison beans doesn't sound that weird, does it? Yeah, but my parents, they did their best, but I think a lot of the reasons for my confidence issues is that I was raised under the rule of la chancla. I don't know if anyone knows what la chancla is, but it's for some women, it's a piece of footwear and also a disciplinary device. And my mom was lethal with it. She could deploy it at close range as a whap, or more frighteningly, I think I said that right, frighteningly, more scarily, whatever. She could throw it around corners and curve it somehow like a boomerang. And she wasn't even Australian, but I could be in my room, and if she thought I was acting up, all of a sudden, a chancla would hit me upside the head, and it would return to her hand. She didn't have to take her eyes off whatever telenovela she was watching. She could throw that with the precision of a Dominican relief pitcher. But like I said, my parents, they did their best. My mom and my dad, they're immigrant parents from Mexico. They're barely literate, barely educated, but they managed to send my brother and I to college, and we both graduated. But sometimes when I'm hanging out in my not a house, lying in bed alone or reviewing my portfolio, which is just an old trapper keeper full of coupons. It's the one with the triangles. I've still had it. The Velcro doesn't work anymore. But I wonder, what heights could I have reached if I had taken just fewer chanclazos growing up, maybe I could have been one of those bilingual lawyers that you see in L.A. with all the billboards, It's like, did you slip on a churro at Disneyland, Call me, and te partiste la madre con un pinche churro, llámame, And I don't know if any digits are still available, but, I'd be like, call me at 111-1111, llámame 111-1111. But again, I don't think anyone wants to hear, some middle-aged man blaming their parents. They did their best. And like I said, they managed to send my brother and I both to college. But at the same time, someone's best could be a C-, okay? And I think I took too many chanclazos growing up, and I think they managed to smack me past potential lawyer, past potential scientist, potential doctor, all the way over to liberal arts degree. So when I got to college, I was so exhausted that I took the most default fallback degree there is. Anyone care to guess what that is? Communications, that's correct. A degree so disrespected that The Simpsons made fun of it while I was pursuing my oh so lucrative communication degree, and I ignored the warnings. In fact, I'm a middle-aged man trying stand-up comedy. I've ignored all the warnings, right? I should probably start paying attention to all of them. But in this episode, it's called Faith Off. The kicker for Springfield University injures his leg in the big rivalry game. And back in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tries to comfort the poor kicker, and he tells him, oh, I'm afraid you'll never play football again. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications. Oh, dear Lord, no. And the kicker goes, yes, I know he's a funny major. Lubchenko learned nothing. Well, it's been almost 25 years, and that joke is funny to me now because it is said that comedy is tragedy plus time, and, well, enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. But, sometimes, living in LA, actually, sometimes, I do get to feel confident in very specific circumstances. Like, for example, whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, a taqueria, and I overhear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, a chicken fajitas, chimichanga, something like that. By the way, it's a tragedy that the singer Celia Cruz and the actor Eric Estrada never teamed up for anything. They could have had a variety show called Chips and Salsa. All right, that one's on the house. But whenever I overhear someone order something in that funky manner, and then it's my turn to order, like, oh man, I just puff up and basically just start acting in a telenovela that nobody's shooting. And just all of a sudden, ¿qué tal, preciosa? Doesn't matter who, could be a dude. Señor Preciosa. And it could be night in the suns of my eyes for some reason. En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, una torta de jamón, 3 churros y una peñafiel. Gracias, por favor, muy amable. Buen provecho, que Dios te bendiga. And when I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some bonus words like, entonces, por supuesto, crepúsculo. The problem is, I have this face and demeanor, though, so sometimes I'll order in fluent Espanol, and then in return I'll get a, okay, do you want hijo de tu? Fine, Jose, I will have some of that green whack-a-mole, whatever it is. Like, I know what it is. But it doesn't really matter where or when I hablo español, because whenever I do, I go completely overboard and basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the local news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ, and there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take any and every opportunity to celebrate the rich cultural tapestry of the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo español. Like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Some like, police don't have any further information on the suspect reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. Thank you. I'm Billy Ramirez. You can find me at BillyRamirez.com and on Instagram at middleaged muchacho. Please welcome back our comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman.
Keep it going for Billy, everybody. Billy speaks Spanish like my mom speaks Spanish. But my mom looks so white, and then she'll start speaking Spanish to people. It used to make me so anxious, because it's not like she would ask somebody do you speak Spanish? She would look at somebody and then start speaking Spanish to them, and I would get this feeling in my stomach, oh my God, what if they don't speak Spanish? What if you're being a fucking racist? Oh my God. And every single time they spoke Spanish. Yeah. I want to tell that story really, really quick. When we were at the bagel factory, and I'm 6 years old. The bagel factory, the best kosher bagels in town. That's not the song, I just made it up. But I had to use the bathroom, and the bathroom, the lock was broken, and all these conversations are happening in Spanish, and this guy takes a big bagel chopping knife to open. Actually, it was a butcher knife. Actually, it was a butcher knife. You would know if you ever want me the butcher. You think the meat just shows up on your table? I go to the butcher. The butcher used to be our neighbor. The rabbi's daughter. He's in Westwood. Rabbi's daughter is a butcher in Westwood. It used to be our neighbor in our duplex. Rabbi's daughter? No, I don't. Oh my God, these fucking Jews. Shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I think know most rabbis.
But you know the rabbi's daughter. I don't think so. Is that your girlfriend? No, stop. Your girlfriend is not Jewish, am I right?
She's not Jewish.
Oh, I knew it.
You know that.
I could just tell from the jokes. I could tell this woman, if she was Jewish, she'd be right here in the front row talking like you guys right now. Because we support comedy, because we invented it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he like takes out this big knife and he's going to the lock like to open it. I just start screaming, and I just find that so. There's probably a better joke there, but like just imagine you're 6, like, and there's a big butcher knife in the back. Like, I don't know, and I just froze. I don't have a lot of survival instinct. But you know what my instinct is telling me? What? No, I'm kidding. That you guys deserve a fantastic headliner tonight. Give it up for yourselves for coming out here, and give it up for the one and only, you know him, we love him, Hunter White with a haircut. Okay.
Thank you, heels. I walked in, haven't seen Sam in like a month. All she said is, hey, haircut. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Billy, I remember talking to you like a month or 2 ago, and you were telling me like, I don't think I have any stories. And I was like, maybe your family's kind of crazy. I didn't think the look in your eyes was like, oh, I should talk about how my dad murdered my mother. I'm glad about that. Also, Aaron, when you were like, oh, Old Testament, I thought you were going to talk about like Abraham, but then you dropped Book of Enoch. That's not in the Old Testament. If you're unfamiliar, Book of Enoch is an Old Testament alien story, right? It's just an alien story written 1,500 years ago about aliens named the Nephilim. Okay, back to me. I had a birthday a couple weeks ago. Thank you. I don't feel like connected to like my age. Like I'm 32, but I just started driving a car last year. And, that's great and all, but like no one is excited when you're 32 and start driving. When you're 16, it's like, oh my God, congratulations, welcome to the world. But when you're 32, they're like, okay, cool, bro. You know who drives my car? My car. Like, what? Did you get cucked by a Waymo? Yeah, that's what happened. Saw robots driving, got insecure. If a robot can do it, I can do it. That might be the motto for the next 100 years. No, I've like chilled out, I realized, like earlier, before I was a criminal. I was an active criminal. I jaywalked constantly. When I was younger, that sign did not mean stop. It's come on, get. Now I'm old. I'll wait for the little walking guy. I'll let that white man tell me what to do. That's how imperialism worked. I liked that. Okay. Like, when I say I've like cooled off, like I haven't been to a protest in years, but like I've never felt more connected to my dad. Like what? I feel like that's connected now. Okay. Guys, we're doing a new order. We're working. It's Wednesday. It's great. We're good. I'm in couples counseling. Thank you. It's not going well. It's fine. Life's on fire. But here's the thing about couples counseling. I highly recommend it. But maybe you should check and see if your therapist has a dog, because it's great in theory. But then you're like opening up about like the deepest, darkest parts of your soul. And then you just see a Great Dane just, hey. Like no, I don't need to see a dog's dick when I'm opening up. Okay. We derailed, but we'll get back on track. I don't know. Alcohol was weird as a kid. Like, it was such an exciting thing, an alcohol run, right? Like, oh, we're going to get alcohol. We're going to go to a party. But now I'm 30. It's like, oh, I got to go get alcohol. And some Band-Aids and Neosporin, because I cut myself on a fridge. Hey-o. I was going to send this to someone to be like, look at what I've been doing, but look at what I've been doing. I'm sending this to no one. We're in it. We're having fun. We're chilling. It's cool. I thank you guys for being here. I just need friends right now. It's all right. We got sat. It's fine. Comedy. My girlfriend was like, how are you doing comedy right now? And I was like, I don't know. Compartmentalize. Okay. I always got like annoyed when people like before I turned 30 were like, They felt bad that I was turning 30 because like I didn't get that. I hated my 20s, right? My 20s to me just felt like I was at like a really bad bar show and like there are people there and comedy starts, but they didn't know there was going to be comedy. So you're just standing there with a mic like, hey guys, hey, you want to hear some jokes? Hey, you want to talk about Flat Moon? Let's talk about that. It's weird. You want to talk about, but no one's listening to you. But like the minute you turn 30, they're just like, oh, hey, you, what do you think about anything? Foreign policy, tax brackets, gay stuff? I don't know, Brenda. You made it 30 years. Maybe you can tell us what to do. Transitions. I've been thinking about the idea of addiction. I think it's pretty hack to say that we like glorify some addictions, but we do. But I think we're missing the ones we glorify. Like it is astounding to me that it is completely socially acceptable to collect and display coffee cups. Caffeine's a drug, right? Right? Think about it. That's like if you came over to my home and I was like, oh, hello, welcome to my house. This is my foyer. This is my kitchen. And as you can see here, this is my collection of commemorative crack pipes. I got that one in Toledo. That was from Omaha. Little Justin just loved the twinkle in the eye. It's weird, guys. That's what I'm saying. Big caffeine has won. Right? I thought I was going to be healthy. Oh, I'm going to switch from coffee to tea. But no one told me that yerba mate has enough caffeine to give me heart palpitations. So now I'm just cracked out at open mics on a Wednesday. Like, what? It's a bad look. I moved recently. Yeah. That's about the response I have to it. No, it's fun moving. No, it's not. It sucks. Moving is the worst thing in the world. But it's kind of nice, like, exploring more of LA, because I've been here for a few years, but never really, like, felt at home. Because when I came here, I moved to, like, very nice part of town, like, by the beach. It was a picture perfect. Nothing was out of place. Beautiful. But I realized that when nothing is out of place, I'm the one out of place. Does that make sense, right? Like, this is the beautiful image of the American dream, and then there's just me walking my dog, smoking weed, writing jokes, which writing jokes is actually just code for talking to myself in public. Right? But I have enough social awareness that I know I need to direct it at the dog, right? Because I don't want to seem too crazy, right? So you're just there picking your kids up from school and you see me on the sidewalk like, who's a good girl, Lemon? That's a good girl. Why don't they talk about Flat Moon? Everybody talks about Flat Earth, but why do they? It's bad when you're the least put together person in town. So I got out. And I moved to, like, it was a cool situation. I was very happy, but I had to move again, which is really unfortunate. And it was a surprising turn of events, because me and him, we get along. He's nice, I'm nice. We're cordial, no problems with money. But, like, as time went on, I realized, like, oh, he is devoutly religious, and I am a high-functioning degenerate. Like, what? Like, I got to make mama proud, and we divorced. But it was a cool setup. It was relatively affordable, and it was furnished. That was the big thing. It had like a desk and a dresser and a mattress. No bed frame, but a mattress. Yeah, that's a humbling experience, mijo. Right, going from a bed to the floor, especially because I have a girlfriend for the time being. Right, like that's everybody's first glow up in a relationship. Like if you don't have a bed, you get a girlfriend, you get a bed. But like I had a bed, then I got a girlfriend, now I have no bed. I'm Benjamin Button in this, and I don't know what this is, but we're going with it, people. It's fine. Like before, where I lived, I could walk to the beach, but then I could buy whippets around the corner. Right? I don't even do whippets. It's just nice to know they're around. Right? It's the scumbag version of living next to a sheriff that I'm racially comfortable with. Like, I don't know when this will come up, but nice to know it's available. All right, y'all want to talk about Flat Moon? Cool, yeah. So you guys know flat earthers, right? I love a good flat earther because they're so confident. right? They're just confident. We all could learn from them. But like, why aren't they talking about flat moon? Think about it. You can walk around the earth all the time. It's a globe. You look at the sky, it never changes. What is the moon? Easy, I'll tell you. And you know what it is? Nothing. It's a client list put there in 1962 by Jeffrey Epstein and Byron Donaldson. I don't know. Have a good night. My name's Hunter White.
Keep it going for Hunter, everybody. Keep it going for Hunter, everybody. Like, come on. I love this guy. Your photos actually are fantastic, and we need to do something with them. I put them on Canva, but I don't know. Give it up for yourselves for coming out tonight. It's a Wednesday. I love you, Aaron, Billy, Sunda. Aviva's still in town for a minute. We love them. We have our classes. We have stand-up classes, writing classes, acting classes, classes on how to teach a class. No, I'm kidding. Should we take one? No, I'm kidding. LASchoolofComedy.com for more information. And have a good night. New York, go to bed. It's late. We love you. Good night. Good night. Bagel Factory, are we sponsored?